In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about my 2025 credit card roadmap. We're going to discuss the cards that I am targeting next year and why I am targeting them. Let's go ahead and dive in. So, these are in no particular order except for the very first card we're going to talk about. And that is because I am going to be traveling in 2025 starting very soon. And the very first card is I'm going to be upgrading back to the American Express Platinum card from the green card. If you remember me talking about downgrading to the green a few weeks ago, um, I downgraded to the green because I didn't want to pay the 695 annual fee on the platinum card because I wasn't going to be traveling for a few months throughout the holidays. There's about a 3 month gap uh, with any travel I had coming up. So I wanted to go ahead and downgrade to the green card temporarily as I was acquiring the US Bank Altitude Reserve card to work on that welcome offer in the interim before going back to the platinum card. And so with travel picking up, the platinum card is number one on the list. And the upgrade back to it is going to be pretty lucrative, actually. I'm getting an offer to upgrade back to the platinum card of 50,000 MR points on 2,000 in spend in a 6 month period. That's an easy uh, upgrade offer to hit for me. And going back to paying the 695 annual fee on the platinum card will be a little bit easier to swallow with getting those 50,000 MR points to upgrade back to it. So that is the first card that's going to be acquired, and that's going to be happening right after the first of the year. Now, the rest of these are in no particular order, really. It really depends on when the elevated offers are on all these cards because I'm not going to get any of these cards unless there's an elevated offer on them. So we'll talk about the first one. I'm looking at targeting both. I'll put these together. I'm looking at targeting both the Delta Business Gold card and the Delta Business Platinum card. And the reason why is because when there's an elevated offer on those cards usually the gold card has a 80K Sky Miles offer on it when it's elevated, and the Delta Business Platinum card usually has like a 90,000 Sky Miles offer on it. So getting those two cards whenever it happens in 2025 is going to give me about 170,000 Sky Miles. Now, I know that, everybody calls them Sky Pesos, and, that's because they're not worth anything, and that's totally fine. People can say that. And in a lot of instances, it does take a lot of Sky Miles to book flights. However, I've been deep diving into Sky Miles redemptions, and I have found several instances where you can actually get or redeem Sky Miles uh, for 2 cents or more per point value in some of these redemptions. Stay tuned for that because I'm going to do videos on those redemptions in 2025. So for me, being able to redeem Sky Miles for that much is very valuable. I will take those Sky Miles and redeem them how I can, where you don't see a lot of people talking about that. So those are two of the cards I want to acquire in 2025. Moving on to the next card. The next card is the Alaska Airlines business card. When there's an elevated offer on that card, it's usually 60,000 Alaska miles. Sometimes there will be a 70,000. Uh, and the reason why I want to acquire this card in 2025 is because of adding to my pool of Alaska miles, which currently sits at just below 128,000 miles. I want to use Alaska miles to book a bucket list trip to Japan. I was initially going to use Alaska miles with booking um, Iceland Air premium select seats, but that, as I did a video on it a while back, that option got taken away. So I'm having to pivot now since I'm sitting on these miles to something else. And luckily, Alaska miles can be used to book Japan Airlines flights. So I'm looking at going to Japan, probably not this year, probably 2026. It just depends on what kind of award flights I can find on JAL. So I really want to try out the JAL business class product while going to a bucket list location for me. So that's the reason I want to acquire that card, is to add to my Alaska Air Miles or Alaska Miles uh, uh, bucket of points for that redemption. The next card on the list is the Air France MasterCard, and that card is issued through Bank of America. That card usually has an elevated offer on it throughout the year of 70,000 Flying Blue miles. And the reason why I'm targeting this card is because I'm already sitting on 100,000 Flying Blue miles, and adding another 70K uh, Air France or Flying Blue miles to that pool will come in very handy. There are all kinds of ways to book Air France business class from the US to Europe for, 50,000, you know, uh, Flying Blue miles. So with adding to that pool and getting 170,000 uh, Flying Blue miles in total, could that could be several business class trips to and from the US over to Europe. So and those miles are very versatile, right? I mean, they're some of the most versatile miles in the game. So I definitely value getting more of those miles. So right now, like I said, these are the cards that are kind of on my radar for the year. Now, we all know that there's other possibilities out there. There could be, there are a couple of new cards could be introduced. They're talking about the elite city card supposedly coming out in 2025. Also, the elite, Wells Fargo card, travel card, could be coming out in 2025. It's until they're out there, they're not on the radar. But I am curious to see what they have to offer when they come out. If nothing else, it'll be a point grab. You know, whether or not the cards can offer me any extra value based on how I travel, that remains to be seen. So that's a kind of a TBD scenario. But if nothing else, it'll be a point grab. But we'll see. We'll see if those cards actually come out next year. I'm only going off of what I know for a fact will be out there in 2025. So those are the cards I'm going to acquire. And I'm going to throw in a bonus here for you. This will be a card that I actually close as part of my roadmap in 2025. And that's going to be the Amex Business Gold card. I acquired that card mid year this year purely for the elevated offer I got on the card. I got a targeted offer of 150,000 MX points on that card, so I acquired that card purely for the offer. The business gold doesn't do anything for me otherwise, so I will be either downgrading that card or closing it out in 2025. So I just wanted to throw that out there too. Let's talk about all this in the comment section below. I'm really curious to hear what you all think about my roadmap as it stands right now for 2025. Also, too, if you have not already done so, please consider subscribing to my channel and also clicking the like button for this video down below. Doing those two things are free ways to get my channel more visible to more people just like yourself. I thank you ahead of time. Now go be good to each other, okay? Until next time, bye for now.